with it's over the shoulder of a guy working at a soundboard at a concert, and you can see the band over there on stage with this. Their eyes are wide. They have these worried looks on their faces, and people are like throwing bottles and stuff at them. And the guy at the soundboard like has his hand on a dial that says "suck," and he's turning it up.
Yes, yes. I used to read a lot. I do mean a lot of Far Side back in the day, and I think I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the Madam the Madam Cow collection or whatever?
The Curse of Madam C. I think I have that book.
Yes. Man, that takes me back.
I'm sorry, I was just giggling at Chifuji saying he's not going to comment on our firmness anymore.
Hey Chifuji, this will make sense to him because we're in a mobile game together. I managed to pull the one earlier this week, so hope you're having luck with that banner if you're doing anything with that.
That's hot.
Yeah, actually, he's on fire, so yes.
Like an NBA Jam style? He's on fire!
A little bit. It's a Seven Deadly Sins game, and the character is literally on flames all the time. So,
all right then. Excuse me. All right. So if we sound good and we are in fact recording, I guess we should do the thing. So here we go. Ow, jam! Hello everyone and welcome to the Mana Pool. This is episode 613 of the Mana Pool. And I know that one's right, so I don't have to do that weird, I think. Did I do that right? I did. I already double-checked. Ha!
cheating.
It's a new era for the Mana Pool, where Chewy knows what episode number... No, this is an anomaly. This is the exception that proves the rule. So, hello, I'm Chewy. I'm the lead dork. And I have all these other dorks here with me. Hi, dorks.
Hi, I'm a dork and I'm here. My name is Brian. I'm the lead rambler, tangent master of the group. And in the middle of an ice storm, I managed to not lose power, so I hope everybody else is doing well. Yeah.
All right. I'm Mike. I'm the rules guy and the game lore guy. Power here at the apartment also has stayed intact so far. We'll see what happens tonight.
And I'm Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive and moral compass of the group. And I'm just gonna for my little bit say that anytime the weatherman in North Carolina says, "Oh, I think this is gonna be bad," you better make sure. You need to make sure you close schools and everything. Lo and behold, because you live in North Carolina, that means it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. But the time that, it's like, oh yeah, this might be doing this and this, you need to go get a generator. You need to make sure you got like 5 months worth of food stocked away because it's going to be bad.
This all sounds completely accurate. Yeah. So yeah, in case people aren't aware, as of the night of this recording, that horrible winter storm finally ambied? I don't even know what I was trying to say. Moseyed its way over here to us and sort of went, oh, it's a little cold. And that's all we got.
Yeah. And here's rain for maybe about a couple hours.
I mean, when I woke up this morning, which was only barely this morning because I couldn't sleep last night, it was I opened the door, it was like 11:20 and looked out and everything I could see was encased in ice. All the cars, all the trees, Everything was just encased in ice. And I went, oh. But when I looked out like 2 or 3 hours later, you would never have known there was ice on any of the cars. Like, they all just looked like they were kind of wet. The trees were still iced up, but, you know, that happens. So,
Yeah. But I know people were really worried based on what happened over the weekend.
Well, and, you know, given what's happening in other states, you know.
Yeah. But we were supposed to have, you know, 1 million people in the state are going to be without power. And according to Cute Neighbor Chick, that number was more like 30,000. I was like, that's not 1 million. Like, that's good. But, I even prepared last night. Like, I cranked up the heat by a couple degrees just so it would be a little bit warmer in the apartment before the heat started to dissipate. Mm-hmm. And I took all my trash out. And I know I did something else to prepare, but I forget what. Oh, I ate like stuff that was in the freezer just in case the power went out, and I didn't, and so the food wouldn't go bad, and it didn't matter. But anyway, right. That's not what we're here to talk about. But that's just what's happening around here. Dirk, this is all your fault.
It is.
Okay. So what we're doing tonight is, well, we were going to talk about the ban and restricted list update. This is like Monday Night Magic Light. Because it's just news. And then we were going to do something else, but then Wizards decided to drop a bunch of new stuff on us that none of us have looked at, or at least they shouldn't have. I told them not to scroll down and read any cards or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we didn't.
They say they didn't. I don't trust them.
I didn't do it.
Uh-huh. Dirk's like, what? I read all the cards. What?
No, I'm actually trying to see if I can get a little bit of last minute work done.
Oh, that's why he tangentialized. Yeah, that's why he started talking about other stuff. Because while we're distracted, he can do schoolwork. Look at you.
Hey, you guys, let's talk about that interesting thing. Those Broncos or something.
What was that cool thing that you guys were talking about?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Dirk. Here's a 50-minute conversation that you don't have to be a part of.
Sweet. All I gotta do is make sure I ask Brian the question. I can ask Mike it too.
Yeah.
Seems fair. Have I told you my thoughts on platypuses?
Not this again.
Lord. Anyway.
They're the new creature type.
So, we are first up. We're going to take a look at this massive B&R update. Because, damn.
It's pretty big.
Once I find Discord and figure out how to do that. There we go. So, boom, there's the screen. All right. So now, none of us play any of these formats, at least not, and don't follow them, I don't think. So we're not going to get too deep here. But it turns out that everyone complaining that Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, was too good was right. He was not banned in Standard, but he was banned everywhere else. Almost. He's banned in Historic. He's banned in Pioneer. He's banned in Modern. And they're keeping an eye on him for Legacy, they say, down here somewhere. Or... No, it was in last week's the thing we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he's already banned in Standard?
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he already is.
Oh, okay. Wait, when did that happen?
A little while ago. Yeah, maybe a month, maybe 2.
Hang on. Control F Uro. In September. So, yeah.
Shows how much we play Standard, but...
Yeah.
I haven't played pen and paper Magic except for with Sam in forever. So, and I just said pen and paper, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Mostly cardboard. I hardly ever write on them with a pen anymore.
Hardly ever. Every time that lightning bolt kills one of his creatures, he cuts a notch into it. So yeah, back in oh, I remember this is one of the last episodes of Monday Night Magic, wasn't it? Yes. Okay, so excuse me. I had other things on my mind back then, like, ending Monday Night Magic. So right. So he is banned in standard, but he's not newly banned in standard, is what I meant.
Like a month or two, what I say, yeah.
Yeah.
September.
I mean, look, pandemic time is not real time. You guys know that in like a week and a half, it's going to be March?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm still in March from last year.
Well, yeah, because that's when time stopped. Literally, somebody cast time stop, and we're all just like, anytime now.
Anyway.
Whose turn is it?
It's Mike's turn. Still.
Oh.
But yeah, Uro has been banned in all the places, and they might have said that here too. They discussed banning him in Legacy, but they feel he's more in line with what Legacy does. So that's probably okay.
Make everybody cry.
Pretty much, yeah.
Win on turn 1.
So while we're in historic, Omnath also was banned. Omnath was already suspended. Omnath, Locus of Creation, that is. So that's fine. Because it was already suspended. So now it's just banned. And Uro's gone. And that's historic. Amazing. Now in Pioneer, something else weird happened. And that there was a deck called Oops All Spells.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, how are people able to play Oops All Spells in Pioneer? And then I read the explanation. I'm like, oh, that's how.
Yeah, Balustrade Spy and Undercity Informer allow you to mill your entire library because all of your lands are those modal double-faced cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you have literally no land cards front face in your deck at all.
Oh, that's a little clever.
A little bit, yeah. Now, I don't know anything else about what that deck did, but apparently because what it does is not a thing that the metagame will just adjust to, they just killed the Balustrade Spy and the Undercity Informer, so you can't do that anymore.
Anytime you're having to ban commons, it means that the format's in an interesting place. And again, I don't really necessarily see a problem with this because this is something where I think the players just innovate. I don't go, wow, they shouldn't do that, because they're just finding ways to make other cards work in a way that, is a little more innovative. So
yeah, and it just makes me, I'm certain that now it seems so obvious that when the modal double-faced cards were announced with, a non-land on the front and a land on the back, there had to have been several people out there who simultaneously said, oh my god, maybe I can build Oops All Spells.
So chat is saying you milled your whole deck, got 4 Narcomoeba in play, and used those to pay for various stupid graveyard stuff that Mike would love. Oh.
Mike does like stupid graveyard stuff.
I do, yeah. And when your graveyard can just be like a slightly different hand, putting your entire library into your graveyard leads to unhealthy situations.
Yeah, what was the name of the spell that was like draw your deck? Was it Omniscience, or was that
Was that?
Yeah, that was like
No, wait, Omniscience. Is that Omniscience or was? Which one was the one that let
You play.
play stuff
You
for
played.
free?
You played the both. You played them both at the same time, basically. So
It was
you got
draw
the
your
one
entire deck and put one card back.
right,
Right.
and then
But I can't
and
remember
then,
what that card is called.
but there was the other spell. There was the other enchantment that's like all your stuff is free. So
Enter
you
the
played
Infinite.
Enter the Infinite was the enchantment.
I don't remember.
no,
which is which.
Omniscience is the enchantment.
Okay, Omniscience is the enchantment. You play that, all your stuff is now free.
And then you enter
because-
the Infinite.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Draw cards equal number of cards in your library, then put one card from your hand on top.
yeah.
You
that
have no
way
maximum hand size until your next turn. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you play Emrakul and some other stuff, and then you win.
Hand wavy, whatever nonsense, I win.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that deck is just not a thing anymore because apparently it's got a concerning win rate and metagame share, and they don't think that it's the type of thing that a natural metagame will be able to correct. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they see it as unfun, so they just sort of booted it. Which, hey, you know, when something makes your format suck, you fix that, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is a good point to say, hey, there's some things that the format will correct, and then there's some that won't. So, like,
Yeah.
just banning a card because a deck is good is not a good idea. Banning a card because there's not a realistic way for the format to adapt, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And I saw some people complaining that like banning 2 cards to completely destroy a deck because WotC sees it as unfun is some kind of slippery slope. And I'm like, are you people still having this argument? This is a thing we've seen done in like all the card games all the time forever. Like, why is that?
Yeah. And when they aren't done, people stop playing.
Yeah.
You want people to like your game, so they will continue to buy your stuff to play the game.
Right? Like, why?
I mean-
How is this still a going concern? Oh, it's not. It's just people trying to sound smart on Twitter. Got it. But yeah, since Uro is banned in Pioneer, because Uro's banned everywhere now, except for Legacy, they also got rid of Teferi, Teferi with a 3 instead of the E.
Mhm.
Teferi? I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's the 3 cost Teferi.
Yeah. And the reasoning being that without Uro, they figured that Teferi Mania would run wild. So.
Yeah, they're saying we're taking this opportunity to ban him. Just like how you're at a restaurant and you realize that you can't afford dessert. You're taking the opportunity to do something that maybe it almost, to me, the language is almost like this is something we really want to do. It's probably for the best of the format, but they're not like, oh, we also feel like we have to do this. We're taking this opportunity.
I'm still giggling at the way Mike put that. Like Teferi's gonna bust out and be like, "What you gonna do, brother?"
I knew you would appreciate that.
But yeah, so Teferi and Wilderness Reclamation were both banned because, with Uro gone, Teferi's a problem, and with Teferi gone, Wilderness Reclamation decks are a problem.
Yeah.
So they just got rid of all of that. Just none of this. Thank you. Goodbye. It's on the one hand, I somewhat see what those people on Twitter are saying of, why not let the metagame shake out? But also the only way that anyone's playing any of this, at least in this country, is digitally, and it's really easy to just stop playing digitally and go do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they really want to make sure that nothing that, as far as they can tell, is broken or god awful or highly obnoxious before people get a chance to just get up and leave.
Yeah.
So that's Pioneer. In Modern, oh look, Uro's gone. What? And then they also got rid of Field of the Dead.
I thought Field of the Dead was already gone. I guess I must have been thinking of another format.
You know what? I think it was banned in Standard, wasn't it?
It was. Was it because it and Scapeshift were together in Standard for a while? Is that right?
Let's see.
I think so, yeah.
It was in October 2019. It was banned in Standard.
Mm-hmm.
In Pioneer, it was banned in December 2019. And then in Historic, it was suspended. Then in Historic, it was unsuspended. And that... Oh, and then it was banned again and suspended in August of 2020.
Okay, that's what I was thinking about. I kept seeing Field of the Dead show up on the B&R announcement, so I figured that meant it was already banned in Modern.
Yeah, so it just jumped in and out of Historic. Got it. But, yeah, Field of the Dead, and then Mystic Sanctuary, which is a new card. Right? That's called right?
No, Mystic Sanctuary was Throne of Eldraine.
Yes, that's right.
Is that Throne? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Do I really not know these I don't know these expansion symbols.
Well, they were trying to, push they're trying to incentivize single color play with stuff like, was it Dominion? So they had the cycle of common lands that came in untapped if you already had at least 3 of that type of land, and then if they came in untapped, you got a bonus. And then you also had the castles that came in untapped if you had at least 1 other of that type as well.
Yeah.
So, yep.
And the thing with these lands, like in this Mystic Sanctuary cycle, is that since they have the basic type, they're fetchable.
Yeah.
And Mystic Sanctuary's ability is just kind of...
Oh, I play with
fair.
I play with Mystic Sanctuary in a standard deck on Arena because it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I remember when we read this card, we were like, that seems really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But both of these lands were banned because, well, to quote, they create repetitive and non-interactive game states in the late game for relatively low deck building cost, which is 100% accurate.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Always got to be on the lookout for lands that seem a little too good. Even if they're not like, oh, wow, that's super pushed, it's still...
Yeah.
Because they're lands.
Free zombies and free instants and sorceries back. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Simeon Spirit Guide.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Simeon Spirit Guide has finally gotten the axe in Modern. After all this time.
Yeah. It had a good run.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's Dark Ritual. It's fine. It's just mana. It's fine.
Yeah. But, it says, as the modern card pool has grown, so too has the capability for decks to assemble early game-winning combos from hand. With some recent examples, including Oops All Spells, Charbelcher, I don't know why I can't say that word, variants, and some builds of the recent Tybalt's Trickery deck. So, just to kick that type of deck in the face is, it's banned now. Sorry, not sorry. Is really, like, you can almost see sorry, not sorry in this paragraph if you squint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You look at the first letter of each paragraph. Yeah.
They're like, look, this is a card that was a throwback to an early thing when we didn't know what we were doing. And it turns out, in the modern age, those things are just bad. Bad as in bad for the game, not bad as in not good. In fact, too good. And then there's Tybalt's Trickery. And it says, there's been much discussion about new Tybalt's Trickery decks in several formats, but they seem modern as the format where those decks are uniquely problematic via Tybalt's Trickery's interaction with Cascade. So Tybalt's Trickery, remember, is the counterspell for 1 and a red that says counter target spell. Yep, in red. And then you choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. Its controller mills that many cards, then exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell, the one that was countered.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can cast it without paying its mana cost. And so, of course, like, we talked about it on the show as because you're milling 3 cards, you can't, like, stack the top of your deck, but you can stack your entire deck in the deck building process.
Yeah, and now that when I saw that about Cascade, now I get it, because you play like Ardent Plea or one of the other 3-cost Cascade spells. Everything else in your deck costs more than 3, except for Tybalt's Trickery. So then you cascade into Tybalt's Trickery. The Cascade spell is still in the stack. You target it with Tybalt's Trickery, counter it, and then do the thing. And get something big.
Yup. But because of the way Cascade works, you still get the Cascade trigger, so you're essentially getting 2 things.
Well, what you're getting
you
is
cascade into the Trickery.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for it.
Okay, hang on,
my brain. Pay for the Trickery separately.
My brain deleted that part.
There's a couple layers here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you cast the Cascade spell to get the Trickery to counter the Cascade spell because it's still on the stack, and then do the rest of the trick.
Yeah. Because Cascade is so weird.
I wonder if you could just change Tybalt's Trickery to read counter target spell you don't control, and that would solve a lot of issues.
Yeah, they really don't like. I mean, they're not going to make functional errata like that unless it's a complete blinking emergency for something that they want to remain in the game, like they did with the companion.
Yeah.
Mechanic.
I know they don't like to do that.
Like Hearthstone just did that.
Yeah.
With what was that card? Hysteria. Because there was an infinite damage combo that was super consistent in Wild, which is essentially Legacy. Where there's a creature that says when this attacks, your opponent takes 2. And you cast Hysteria on it. Well, you make it immune, and then you cast Hysteria on it, which Hysteria says this creature attacks until it dies. It attacks random enemies until it dies. So it would just, as long as there was enough toughness on the board, it would just deal infinite damage to your opponent, and they couldn't do anything about it. And they fixed that by changing Hysteria, so it says enemy minion.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, clean fix, no problem. So now you can't. Now that does remove some of the neat things you could do, like give one of your minions lifelink, and then tell it to attack until it died, just to give you a life boost. Kargath Prime, the 10/10 that when it attacks and kills a minion, you get 10 armor. Mm-hmm. You could stack up an assload of armor with that.
I love that guy.
But because it broke Legacy with essentially a 3-card combo that could be done on turn 6 or 7 at consistently, that's a problem. So they just changed it to say enemy minion. Sorry, all this other neat stuff. This 1 card ruined it for everybody.
This is why you can't have nice things. Da, 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 da.
But that's where the digital side of Hearthstone is such a benefit. They could just go, oh, whoops. Whereas, like what Brian said, would totally fix the problem.
But because it's in print, that you have everyone has this printed card with the different text on it. I remember when Star Wars, the old game by Decipher, they did a couple power level erratas, and it worked about as well as you would think, because then you was like, oh no, that doesn't say what you think it says. It actually has words on it that you can't see. That's tough. So I'm not implying they should make the change. I'm just saying if they had, they could have saved themselves some of this trouble, but they didn't. So here we are. It's hard to get everything right all the time. I certainly wouldn't know anything about that myself, because that does not apply to me.
Just most of the time, right?
I mean, if you're gonna make me say it.
So, yeah, they've just destroyed Tybal's Trickery. Not only that, but they changed the rules for Cascade. Which, I guess since we're talking about modern, we should just jump in here.
Mm-hmm.
Cascade, and hey, the Magic Rules Manager is now Jess Dunks. So, good on him.
Good for him. Yeah.
I remember seeing on Twitter a while back, he's like, hey, I start this job soon. And I was like, what? Is he 15 feet tall? Like, oh no. What's his name?
Matt Tabak.
Matt, there we go. I was like, with the, yeah, is he 15 feet tall like Matt Tabak? Let's hope they didn't have to fight to become rules manager. Although Matt Tabak hasn't been the rules manager for a while. Because it was Eli
Schifrin.
Yeah, there we go. But anyway, so Cascade got tweaked. It still works the same in the vast majority of cases, but now you can't, like, if you cascade into Valky, God of Lies, you can't choose to play the backside and get a 7-cost Tybalt for free.
Which I'm fine with this change, because that's just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be just with the way Cascade works, if you hit something with a lesser converted mana cost, you can cast it. But then the way that the modal double face cards worked is that when you start casting it, you choose which side to do.
Yeah.
And the interaction of the details of those words let you pick the back half if you wanted to. Now Cascade's been changed to like check again one more time after you've started casting it. And if it's, it checks the converted mana cost one more time, and with that it closes the loophole for choosing the backside of a modal double face card that costs too much.
Yeah. And the other example it gives is if you cascade into Cosima, God of the Voyage, you can choose to play the Omen Keel because it costs less.
Yeah, it still qualifies.
So, yeah. That's a good tweak that is good. Oh, but it also says it's not limited to double face cards. So if you exile Fae of Wishes, or if you cascade into Fae of Wishes for something that costs, 3 or 4, and you're looking for something cheaper, you can't then cast the Granted sorcery, the Adventure.
Oh, I forgot the Adventurer cards had that interaction with Cascade.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
But if you're, what's the cat, like Bituminous Blast? That costs 5, right?
It does.
Which nobody plays in Modern. But still, if you were to cascade something bigger into Fae of Wishes, then you can cast Granted, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it should fit the definition. So it's a more it's less expensive, or has a lower converted mana cost.
Let's be honest with each other. I'm probably the only person who would try to play a Bituminous Blast in Modern.
Yeah, but you'd make it work for at least one game, and then you'd go, yes! Also, Dirk resubbed. Yay!
Yay.
And Mike resubbed earlier. Yay, Dork subs. Hell yeah, Prime Gaming. Although I don't think Mike's was Prime.
No, mine was a regular one.
Ooh, look at you. Big money. But okay, so that's modern. What's left? Legacy and vintage. Right. So poor Oko. Poor Oko is now banned everywhere because nope, sorry. Oko is too good for Legacy too.
Yeah.
I remember when they would make four mana planeswalkers, and I'd be like, oh, that's the broken number. But apparently 3 is pretty good too, between Teferi and Oko. Maybe Baby Jace, although I don't think he's not banned anywhere. So.
No, Baby Jace is like terrible by today's standards.
Yes. Well, we know a lot more about planeswalkers than they did when they made the first batch. So, remember original Chandra Nalaar?
Umpex, thank you for that 18-month Prime sub. Chandra Nalaar cost 5, right?
5.
Yeah.
I started on 6. So her middle ability could zap a lot of stuff. I liked original Chandra Nalaar.
Yeah, but they've made better ones.
Oh, I meant started on. Didn't she cost 5 mana?
Yeah, she cost 5 mana. She started on 6 loyalty. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Al subbed for 42 months. 42. Isn't that a nerdy number?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a.
That's the Douglas Adams things, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm much more of a Pratchett man than Douglas Adams. My bad. But hey, that's got a level 1 hype train going. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, Oko. They were like, we'll leave Oko in Legacy because it's Legacy. And then Oko continued to bully everybody. And what they keep saying, it remained a major metagame presence and a contributor to lower diversity. Which is... That's the thing they're pushing for here. They want metagames to not be, the same 3 decks, I guess. Especially not in Legacy. It says, with its huge card pool, Legacy is a format that should offer tremendous variety of deck building options and reward innovative deck construction. Oko. So, screw you, Oko. You can't even be played in Legacy anymore. And then while they were here, they got rid of Arkham's Astrolabe. Which I'm pretty sure... is a thing people have been calling for months.
Yeah, it lets you build a really greedy mana base that's extremely resistant to Wasteland.
Yeah. Because all you need is snow mana, which, okay. And then you draw a card, and then it filters mana. This card is ridiculous. And... since it allows you to get really greedy and not be disrupted by Wasteland and Blood Moon, which are the 2 primary means of disruption for mana bases, they've decided, nah. And again, because less metagame diversity. In Legacy, which is the king of all formats, as Clues would say, that has all of the cards... that's a problem. And then finally, Dreadhorde Arcanist, or Arcanist, depending on where you're from, I think. Which, I don't even remember what this card does. When it attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to Dreadhorde Arcanist's power from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Oh, right. That card.
Yeah. I remember the last big Magic event I went to. I was in a Legacy side, and I hadn't done much reading up on the format. I just basically slapped together my Blue-Red Delver deck again and started playing. I saw someone at a nearby table playing some kind of Delver deck, and I saw they had a Dreadhorde Arcanist on the battlefield. I was like, oh, that seems like it'd be really, really good. Because, yeah, there are lots of 1-mana spells that are very nice to play again for free.
Right? And I know for a while Clues was excited about it because it let him, bolt things again.
Mm-hmm.
But it says it's powerful and game defining in a way that further adds to cards and strategies that were already among the most powerful, like Teamer Delver.
Mm-hmm.
And without Oko, they thought that the Dreadhorde Arcanist would rise up to, take over the world. And it says the community sentiment we've heard is that Dreadhorde Arcanist makes gameplay revolve around it too early in the game, and that too many games come down to whether an opponent can immediately remove it. So, there you go. Especially because those spells don't get exiled like Flashback. Do they? Yes, they do. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So yeah, they do get exiled luckily, so there's no super flashbacky shenanigans.
Right.
Yeah.
But still free stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hey, now I don't need to go chase down any Dreadhorde Arcanists for the next time I put together my Delver deck.
Hey! So then there's an interesting thing here for Vintage. And you remember, we made a big deal of this on Monday Night Magic. Luris of the Dream Den got banned solely because of the power level.
Yep.
Because the companion thing for Luris was each permanent card in your starting deck has converted mana cost 2 or less.
Whew.
And in some Vintage decks, Luris of the Dream Den is just a free companion that you don't even have to change your deck for. And if there's no deck building restriction, because that's the costs, if there's no cost, then that means it's too good for Vintage, which blows my mind to say that out loud. But since they changed how Companion works and added a mana cost to it, they decided, we could probably bring that back now. So they did. But this is an experiment. They're testing it. So if Vintage had the suspended or watch list or whatever, this would be on it. Not the suspended list, because then you can't play it.
Yeah, I'm optimistic that that the change to the companion rule will make this okay. Because having to spend a total of 6 mana to run it out there and start getting the benefit is way different than the original, where you'd just be able to play it for its normal cost.
Yeah. So, and since actually there's a fair amount of Vintage being played these days on Magic Online, this is an easy thing to check. So that's pretty cool. So there you go. That's the big BNR update. So I like that not only are they fixing problems in all of these formats, but they're also looking past fixing these problems to see, given the data they have right now, if this goes away, will there be a further problem beyond that? And then they're fixing that problem before it happens.
Right. Taking this opportunity to not screw everybody over with this other deck that will now become degenerate.
Yeah. And you can complain about that all you like, but the point is, since most Magic, again, at least in this country, is being played digitally these days, it's really easy to find something else to play.
Yeah. And the data is eminently trackable on their end. So
exactly.
You don't have to wait 3 months to see how the format evolves, you can already try to make intelligent decisions about how it will be affected.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. Like, all right, we're going to slap a band-aid on this, but you know, is the skin around it allergic to the adhesive in this band-aid? If so, we're going to spray some Benadryl on it and then slap the band-aid on. So I do like this approach that they're taking to the BNR list of, well, all that I just said. And then things like the Oops All Spells deck in Pioneer. They're like, this is too good and unfun and for your opponent, and the format doesn't really have a way to interact with it, really. So, nope, that's gone. And then Simian Spirit God in Modern, they're like, all right, no. Like, you fooled around long enough. Just no. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Okay. So that's our first topic for the night. Like I said, we're Monday Night Magic Light here this week, apparently.
Apparently.
Which is why I had to say the words the king of all formats, because if I talked about Legacy and didn't, Clues would punch me through the internet. And he would too, and you know it. Don't give me that look. I feel you looking at me like, okay, Chewy. Clues is a very angry individual these days. He'll punch me. And you know what? I deserve it.
Maybe not for that, but for other things you've done.
I mean, I'm sure at some point, yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. All right, so anything else on the BNR update?
It was a little brave of them to go this big in a single announcement, but hey.
Right? Especially
That's what you
since
gotta
the
do.
last one was in October
Mm-hmm.
of last year. So it's been a little while since they had, which, you know, is fine. That's a good sign, but like Uro, man, come on. Uro's been a problem for so long in all of these formats.
Yeah.
Wait, can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. Okay. Yeah, this is the ban and restricted. What is this? Ban and restricted cards timeline on the MTG fandom wiki, which is extremely useful for discussions like this. I have this bookmarked at all times for just such discussions. It's nice. But okay. So shall we go on to the new thing that none of us have looked at?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Dirk, did you get your work done?
Yeah, I got a bit of it done.
Or at least made a dent while we were talking about crap you had no input on?
Not me.
That's why I didn't go, Dirk, what do you think? Because Dirk didn't care. Dirk's trying to do some schoolwork.
Although, specifically not his own schoolwork, like not for a class he's in, but, you know, for his kids. So it's his job. It's his gerb.
You get a gerb. They're two good gerbs.
Okay, anyway. So, earlier today, it turns out, seemingly out of nowhere, they did a first look, an introduction at Strixhaven, the next set, already.
Neat.
Even though the Kaldheim just released, like, Brian, when did you go get your pre-release packs and do some stuff with Sam?
It was like the 20th or so of January,
So like a month ago?
apparently, does time really move like that?
Apparently.
It was either the 22nd or the 29th of January. So I realize that that's a week apart, but I don't recall specifically because time has no meaning right now.
That's true. Chat, when did that happen? Kaldheim release date. February 5th, which means it would have been when
The 29th. Yeah.
Pre-release date.
It would have been the week before, so the 29th would have been that Friday.
It is just 1 week before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it does feel like we just had this, but
so 3 weeks ago.
yes.
That's ridiculous. And they're already like, hey, here's some cards from the next set. Because Neverending Preview Season is not just a joke that we make. It is, in fact, reality.
Is a thing. Usually I would expect it to be like some sort of supplemental something, like Eternal Masters of Legacy modern version or something. Conspiracy. But apparently we're on to the next full set.
Is there any... When does this happen? When does this next...
Google Strix.
Yeah, I'm just... It's like April? It's like April! Why are they already showing us... What?
Gosh.
Release date April 23rd.
What? It's February!
I don't know.
I guess, everyone's stuck at home. There's nothing else for them to talk about going on in the Magic world.
I guess. But, it says here later, at the very last thing in the article is, later today, our Japanese team will be revealing something pretty cool. So I don't know when that is, but hey, chat, if you happen to see that came out while we were doing this, drop a link in the chat. And we'll go look at that too, whatever that is. Since he said later today, I feel like that's probably happening soon.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so Strixhaven is the next set, which is the Magic School setting, right?
Right. It's Hogwarts, but not Hogwarts.
But not Hogwarts. And
yeah.
They have been, because, okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, J.K. Rowling has outed herself as a terrible human being over the last year or so. Unfortunately. And a lot of people have been, as Strixhaven starts to get closer, people are going, this isn't going to be like Hogwarts, is it? Because that's a bad look. And Rosewater actually just within the last, week or two, answered a question on his Tumblr that was like, no, it's not that. And so I don't know if they're just trying to get out ahead of that or what. Or Al in the chat said if they don't know it now, it'll get leaked at some point before it would have made sense. Which, given that, basically all of the recent sets have had major leaks way ahead of time, maybe this is a good idea? Go ahead and get it out there before the leak happens? I don't know. It's all very strange. But, alright, so here we go. I've got the top of it up. And we're going to scroll down. Alright. As a new student, you'll be joining one of our 5 colleges based on your aptitudes and desired areas of study. That sounds Hogwartsy.
Yeah.
But it's Magic, and Magic has to segment things into sections. So that's just a thing.
Yes.
It's important to choose a college that best fits you, and today we're here to help you on that journey. And it's even a thing in Magic systems that aren't anything related to schools of Magic. Like all the different types of Magic in D&D, for instance.
Yeah. But if I see a sorting helm, I'm going to have a concerned frown on my face.
So, okay, each of our colleges was founded by the Elder Dragon whose name each school bears. Uh-oh.
Really?
We've got Elder Dragons. Our founders were paragons of magic and knowledge, and each school strives to match its founder's vision and magical aptitudes. We won't be meeting the founders today. I should hope not. That would be a bit much. But with any amount of luck, they may show up at orientation. Oh my God, this is...
Anybody else getting just a little bit of PTSD? Just because, I enjoyed college, and I think for a little while after I finished college, it still had that sort of warm security blanket feeling. But after being out now for way longer than I care to say,
there you go.
I'm not like, yeah. So, I mean, again, I know we're having fun with this, but I'm like, I'm going to have one of those dreams tonight. You know the dream where you've been in class for like 12 weeks, but you haven't been to a class yet. And so now there's I read.
Oh yeah, the dream where
that is literally a dream that everyone has.
Yeah, the dream where it's time for the final exam, but I just realized that I forgot I even signed up for this class, and I haven't been to any of the sessions for the entire semester. I don't even know what room and what building it meets in.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So
now that sounds like a dream. I did forget to drop a class until the drop date one semester. Like someone mentioned the drop date, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't care. And then like later I was like, excuse me, that sharp intake. That was painful. But yeah, I never made it to the final.
So now you're telling me that we're going to meet our, headmasters, headmistresses at orientation. That's too much pressure.
The founders.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got Lorehold. Oh, it's a Heffalump. And an elemental or something. Well, that's cute.
Leave no stone unturned.
All right, so is this... Okay, that's for curiosity, right? Or thoroughness.
Perhaps.
Okay, so
geomancers?
Or that, yeah. All right, Loreholds are diligent researchers and daring adventurers. Passionate scholars obsessed with history, they explore the past by poring over... Should that be pouring spelled differently?
It should be.
Okay. Poring over archaeological artifacts and summoning long-dead spirits. For some students, the past is a rich tapestry worthy of disciplined study, while others wear that tapestry like a cape as they jump down into a forgotten tomb. Okay, that's clever. I like that. Their motto is, leave no stone unturned. All right, so apparently there's a card here, the Lorehold Command. All right, it's red-white.
Command.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
See, all I have on the screen is the name and the flavor text. Or the name and the flavor text. The name and the mana cost. Okay, so it's red-white. Who should read the red-white one? I guess that would be me, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, Mike, no. Bryant, no. Dirk, okay, it's me. All right, Lorehold Command. For 3, a red and a white. It's oh, God, it is a command. Choose 2. It's an instant. 3, a red and a white. Okay. Choose 2. Create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. All right. At instant speed. That's cool. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and indestructible and haste until end of turn. Okay. At instant speed. Gotcha. Lorehold Command deals 3 damage to any target. Target player gains 3 life. What?
So it's like a lightning helix, but you can heal someone else if you really want to.
Huh. Or sacrifice a permanent, then draw 2 cards.
For 5 mana? For 5 mana. I mean, it's good, but...
Yeah. I like it a lot.
So you do these things in order, right?
Yeah, no matter what you choose, you do them in the order that they're printed on the card.
So you could theoretically For 3 red white, draw 2 cards.
Yeah. Make a guy and then
Sack
Sack
that guy
it.
and draw 2 cards.
or
Which is
you could-
terrible, but in red and white at instant speed, that's pretty good.
or you could make a guy and then lightning helix it if your opponent has hexproof.
I mean, sure, if you want to get real,
No,
real corner casey.
no, because
Actually, it's
the
just choose
token
the
won't
target.
exist. Yeah, the token won't
Yeah.
exist when it's time to choose a target.
Can't do that. Anyway, that's really weird, and you shouldn't do it anyway. So, but if you make a token and then choose the second option, your token will get +1/+0 and gain indestructible and haste until end of turn. So, yeah, I think it's all right. It's not my favorite, but
Gives you lots of options.
it does. I mean, it's a command, so it's a command that's not cryptic command. So I'm happy to see other things they can do with the space.
So this is pretty neat, actually.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Were there 5 schools of magic? 5 colleges.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an enemy color set, is that right?
Yep.
At least the schools are. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. All right, so Lorehold command is neat.
I just noticed that one wizard in the lower left corner is firing off like a scroll, like a big old machine gun.
Oh my god, that scroll is a science cannon. Nice.
And it fires it by rolling scrolls into it.
Reload. Whoop, whoop. Flip, 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 flip.
So this is where you take the cat that is currently unrolling the toilet paper, and you just pick it up and run it over and put it in front of the scroll, and it...
So is it rolling up the scroll or unrolling the scroll to fire the cannon?
You're feeding the scroll into it, and it's shooting out paper laser.
Actually, it would not surprise... Okay, wait. Looking carefully at the art, it looks like the text is either being written to the scroll as it unrolls, or it's being removed from the scroll as it rolls up. And maybe that's where the magic is coming from that fires out.
There we go.
We are getting way too into this one piece of art here, but still.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see white, red in a flavored combination that is not be militant and hit things harder.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciate this. So I'm curious to see what the others are. I have not scrolled ahead, so
I haven't either.
My thing is just I'm just curious whether or not this is... I'm hoping that they're going to stay away from Ravnica in terms of this is a callback to this, or this is similar to this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping this does not feel at all Boros-y to me. So
Right.
Yeah, I think it'd be difficult to get away from an is it feel for the blue-red combination because, blue-red and it's a wizard school.
Because
time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
let's see.
So looking at this art, we've got an Aloxodon, I guess a human. I think she's a dwarf that's holding the scroll.
I think so.
Maybe, yeah.
Is that an Aven in the background that's flying with the wings, or is that an angel?
Yeah, it looks like an owl Aven.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Ooh, well, that could make a lot of sense.
Wait, if I click on this, does it get bigger? No, it just shifts slightly. Thanks. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on the Wizards website. I should be zoomed in anyway. Hang on.
Looks like we have an offer in the chat for a bigger image.
Ah, there we go. Now this is slightly bigger. Okay. Oh, we've got to
That
click.
bigger image is very low resolution.
Yeah, someone literally just cut that out and stretched it. That's what this looks like. But yeah, I think that is an owl Aven. I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and look, the human is a woman of color. So let all the angry jackasses complain about that.
Nah,
Whoops. There we go.
we got enough representation around here.
Why you gotta get political? Because apparently putting anybody who isn't a straight white male is political. So yeah, okay. I like this card. Shall we?
Yes.
Yes, let's continue.
All right, the Prismari. Oh, she looks happy.
Yeah.
Express yourself with the elements. Ooh. Okay. Prismari. Wait, no, don't scroll. Prismari are the theater kids of Strixhaven. Oh my god. Oh my god. And magic is how they express themselves. Their spells can be spectacles of raw creativity or meticulous artistic expressions. All the world's a stage, and whether their art is informed by mind or emotion, Prismari always leave a lasting impression. Their motto is express yourself with the elements. Well, that's one way to get away from, is it?
Yep. I shouldn't have doubted them so soon.
Right? I was right there with you. I'm like, yeah, it's totally, nope. And we all went to college. We all know theater kids.
Mm-hmm.
My sophomore year, I lived with Kadrian, who was a walking stereotype of theater kid. All right, so it's blue-red. Who should read the blue-red one?
I guess I'll take that one just
Yes.
because, me.
Yeah.
And sometimes blue-red is right up my alley. So, are these going to be all commands? This is the Prismari command.
Oh, cool. Do we get all 5? That'd be neat.
So, for 3 mana, 1 a blue and a red, it's an instant. The other one was an instant, right? So, I think that wasn't the white one. Austere command was a sorcery because it was a wrath.
Yeah, I saw while I was glancing in the Discord server earlier. I think they're not all instants.
Okay. This one is. So for 3 mana, 1 a blue and a red. Instant, choose 2. First option, Prismari command deals 2 damage to any target. So that's a shock. Second option, target player draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards.
Ooh.
Okay. Third option, target player creates a treasure token. Oh,
Ooh.
I think that could be interesting. And finally, shatter, destroy target artifact. Okay. So again, not exactly super isity. There are things you can do with these color combinations that are not just, yes, you have draw in here, but it's not just like
Wow.
draw and then.
So shock, double looting, a treasure, or a shatter.
And I'm super happy that shock is actually a real shock and not just limited to creatures. Because sometimes on these modal spells, they're like, well, we don't want you to be able to finish off players with them or something like that. But no, I like this. I like this one quite a bit.
This feels really good for 3 mana.
Yeah.
It does. And the shock and the destroy target artifact is also those 2 modes showing up on the same card. That's immediately reminiscent of Kolagon's command, which is a very, very good command.
Yeah. Although honestly,
yeah.
I see myself a lot of times, if depending on what's on the board, just like loot twice and make a treasure. Or if it's late in the game, I probably don't need the treasure, but it still helps me cast maybe something else this turn, or just straight off the bat, the first 2, shock something and loot twice is like, that's never bad. You can always do that. I like stuff that you can always do. I'm a fan of it.
Okay, wait, let's go back to the Lorehold. Okay. You can always make a 3/2, and you can always, Lightning Helix. And with this one, you can always shock something, and you can always loot, or you could always make a treasure token.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get a feel for how many of these are gonna be like the tech choices, or which ones aren't.
Right.
Huh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Dylan backwards in the chat just said, Lamau, my last 4 cards for Ad Nauseum came in today. Ordered them Friday. Oh no. because
Simian Spirit
the Simian
Guide.
Spirit Guide sort of kicks that deck, if not completely in a ditch, at the very least he kicks it in the balls. Oh, you
Wow.
get all of the sympathy, sir.
Yeah, that's rough.
F. Putting an F in the chat.
Yeah, can we get? Oh my God.
Turn down for what?
All right, so that's the Prismari command, which is good.
The college, yeah. Oh, or the command of the college, the command.
I mean, yeah, that's all we have right now is the command. So both.
Yeah, but theater kids.
Theater kids
If-
in
if
a magic college sounds freaking awesome.
If there's not like a dance-off card, something out of like High School Musical, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
And look at this
I see
art,
someone dancing around in the background there.
right?
Certain.
Yeah, on the left.
And look at the picture of the girl on the blown up, Prismari thing. Are those tusks? Is she like
It's
a?
like a troll.
Yeah, it looks like an orc or something.
Nice. Yeah, the card is beautiful. The card is really good. I like this. This is good.
Mhm.
All right, then we have, excuse me, Quandrix. Math is magic. Oh, okay. Well, this one's for Mike.
I'm out. I don't. I married a CPA, so I didn't have to do math anymore.
This is
I mean, I get it. You play math every time you play Magic. You play math. You do math every time you play Magic. But I really don't want it rubbed in my face.
check out this Symmetra style thing that she's made here for anyone that plays Overwatch. You'll be like, oh, Symmetra loves to make geometric things with her hard light constructs.
Okay, so you said that this is Mike, but this is green and blue. So
What? Oh my God! All
Yeah.
right. So Quandrix mages are ingenious math magicians. They study patterns, fractals, and symmetries to command power over the fundamental forces of nature. They'll solve a Rubik's Cube. I was about to say copyright, but Hasbro. They'll solve a Rubik's Cube while contemplating the metaphysical properties of the universe and can recite every number of pi backwards. Okay, I have a problem with that. There's no such thing as
too.
every number of pi.
You get what they're going for here, but okay, I'm allergic to math, but even I know that pi is a non-repeating number.
Well, they might have different physics in different parts of the multiverse.
Oh,
It might
that's
not be
true.
irrational. It might not be irrational here.
Might actually just be 3.14.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So once again, we have like the Simic colors, but done in a very different way. I got to admit, I appreciate them finding different ways to express these colors than what we have seen for the last 25 years. So yeah, okay.
And this character they have here, she's so cute.
Hmm.
A
I really like those
Dodo
glasses.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I was. You know what? I'm gonna send this picture to Steph.
They her stuff, her bracelet, her glasses look like something out of Kaladesh
Hmm.
with that kind of filigree design.
Oh wait,
Maybe she's a planeswalker.
I bet she's in the bed already. Damn. Oh well. We're just gonna ignore the term math magicians. Yeah, we were actually just not gonna give them that one. All right, so Quandrix command. You two fight over who gets to read this then.
I guess I'll take it.
Okay.
It wasn't
Because
much of a fight.
Because I suspect there's another one coming up later that y'all want me to read.
Well, let's see if they're enemy colors. Yeah, probably.
All right, so Quandrix command for 1 green blue. It's rare instant. Choose to return target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand.
Okay.
Wow.
Unsummon thing. All right.
Counter target artifact or enchantment spell.
That's narrow.
A null.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calculating the odds. Okay.
Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Then the last one is target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library.
You know, it makes a lot of sense because when you think about it, literally every single one of these things, except for maybe the last one, is arguably tempo. And what is tempo but math?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I see myself casting this one with the first and third options all the time. Make my guy bigger, send yours back to your hand, swing in. You know, that's just awesome.
I always see always leaving mana for this open, because depending on who you're playing against, number 2 is a big option with the ability to then do any of the others as well.
True. Just remember that you are.
Well, I know that you'd have to return one first and then counter the spell, but you could then just drop it onto just do the third one. Like, I counter that spell, I'm gonna throw 2 counters on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't have. Well, it doesn't have any that you can just cast whenever you want. Like, they're all.
You need to have a target for the first one. You need to have a even more specific target on the stack for the second one. You need to have a creature for the third one, and there needs to be at least something in a graveyard. Which none of those are hard to do, but they are in a vacuum. These things do not exist by themselves. Right?
Well, that's where that would be sort of the whole math is magic thing too, because like you've been talking about, that these are all very like calculated math. You got, like with the last one, you got to make sure you have the right number of things to use it. You have to make sure you have a thing on the board. You got to there's a whole bunch of sort of corner cases with this, that you have to make sure that you have all this stuff laid out to utilize it to its maximum.
Yeah. But if it's there, you're going to get a pretty impressive result.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, again, I like this one quite a bit.
Oops.
So far, the red-white one, I'm like kind of lukewarm on that one. The next two I've really liked.
Yeah, I think this is my least favorite of the 3 thus far, but I'm not terribly blue-green either, so
I like how, we all have our different styles, so there's something here for everybody.
Yeah. All right.
And again, mathing. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in this picture except for math magic, but I can dig it.
Yeah, they're all mathing. All right, so Silver Quill. Sharp style, sharper wit. Oh, we should have got Bill on to read this one, I guess. But
Is that ink magic?
maybe?
Looks like it.
Silver Quills wield the magic of words, from inspiring battle poetry to biting arcane insults. Stylish, intimidating, and tirelessly competitive, these mages are born leaders with a razor-sharp wit and natural charisma that can be used for good or for ill. Huh. So that is ink, yeah. They're bards. Huh.
They're law mages, kind of, sort of.
Nah.
Written word, speaking word, having power.
Poetry and insults.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite of the written word spectrum from laws. It's not always about you, Brian.
It is
All
if
right.
I say it is, apparently.
So we've got the Silver Quill command. So I guess I'll take this one since Mike probably needs to read the black green one, right?
That'd probably be correct.
Yeah. All right, so silver quill, silver quill, silver quill, silver quill. There we go. For 2, a white and a black, this one's a sorcery. Uh-oh. Choose 2. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains flying until end of turn. That seems good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Return target creature card with mana value. With mana value.
Mana value.
They have
Wait.
shortened the term
Value.
converted mana cost to mana value. I like it.
Interesting.
Huh. It takes up a whole lot less space on the card, and it's completely clear what that means.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Mana value. I'm gonna have to think about that one for a while.
So, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. That makes sense. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. Hey! And target opponent sacrifices a creature.
I'm glad this one's a sorcery.
Yeah.
This would.
Yeah, with both. Yeah, for 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, instant speed, it would need to cost a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's really only got the one that has no restriction. That's the third option. But, like, having a creature to suddenly turn into an angel, that seems good.
Yeah.
Getting a cheap creature back, whew,
Yeah.
and making your opponent sacrifice. Yeah, those are all fine. I don't like that. I like this card.
A one-sided edict. Most of the time, it's everybody sacks the creature. So.
Yeah, but this costs 4,
obvi-
so.
It does cost 4. But keep in mind, you're also getting this and another effect. So, yeah, I mean, seems pretty good.
Hmm. At the very least, if you can't think of anything better to do, you can get one of these effects and then replace it with mode 3.
Yeah, just always just get a card.
So we've got an inspiring something for the first one. The fourth one is clearly the insult. I wonder what the second and third ones would be. How do you use words to coax a creature back from the dead?
I guess that'd be some of that inspiring poetry.
Hey, you, get up. It's noon. What are you doing?
What are you doing with your life?
And it's like, that's not a proper haiku.
Okay. Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
All right. The Wither Bloom. What in the hell are we looking at here? Does she have a fish friend? Is that what that is? A fish with hands?
Yeah, some kind of little fishy froggy thing.
What in the hell? All right, Witherbloom, get your hands dirty. Witherblooms are goth biomagers.
Whoa.
I should have been the one who read this one, shouldn't I?
They said it.
Okay, all right. They draw power from the essence of living beings, whether that means enhancing nature or exploiting it. Witherbloom mages are most at home riding zombie crocs. What? Picking herbs for potions and hanging out in their swamp making grim jokes. Goth biomage. Okay, so hang on. Going back up. We've got... Somehow they managed to get scholars and adventurers into the same school.
Mm-hmm.
And then the theater
like Indiana
kids...
Jones.
Do what?
Yeah, like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the theater kids, and then the math nerds, and then the bards, and goth biomagers. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll allow it. Not that I have any say in it, but still. All right, Mike, what we got?
All right, we got some good stuff here. The Witherbloom Command just costs a black and a green. for a
Holy
rare sorcery.
crap.
Yes. 2-mana command. Let's go. Choose 2. Target player mills 3 cards. Then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. I love stuff like that. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less.
Ooh.
Awesome.
That is good.
Target creature gets -3/-1 until end of turn.
Okay.
Awesome. Target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Awesome.
Huh.
How much do you like this card?
I like this card a lot.
This is really good.
It is.
This is like stupid good. Am I missing the mark here?
It's very good.
Like mill 3 and get a land back, which is always one of the problems with milling things.
Mm-hmm.
And then killing something cheap. Oh, I can kill original Tybalt.
He just keeps getting worse and worse, doesn't he?
Except no one actually plays original Tybalt, so it doesn't matter. I don't know what -3/-1. I don't know if that's a card already, but
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I can see it in my head. It's like a Loxodon getting twisted by some weird magic. Wither. I don't know if that's right.
And then a drain life for 2 to an opponent. Like a single Siphon Soul, sort of, kind of. Huh. Yeah, I really like this card. Because like 1 and 3 are just always something you can do. Just always.
Mm.
And then the other 2 are really good when you need them. Like for 2 mana, being able to take out anything cheap or anything that's got 1 toughness left, that just feels good.
Yeah, or since it also gives the -3 on the front end, should just make it pointless for a turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's act with. Oh no, I won't. Oh wait, no, it's a sorcery though, so I'll
It
block
is a
with.
sorcery.
Oh, it's suddenly a
Yeah.
speed bump. Oh.
Mm.
Plus, they look like a group of freaking goth biomagers. Look at them. Who is this leading the charge here? What kind of creature is that?
The lead picture in all of these is the lead figure in all of these is the subject of the big blown up picture. Haven't you
I don't know.
noticed?
Right.
Except
I
for
don't know
this
in
one.
case.
Yeah, that's definitely not the same character.
I thought maybe she was just having a weird glowy effect, but
No,
wonder why they would do
you're
it differently.
right about the others, though.
you are right about the other. What's going on?
So then why different with this one?
Maybe this is her final form.
Oh, second life bar.
Huh. Okay. So that's the 5 colleges in Strixhaven. It says in just a few weeks class will be in session. What
It does.
It's April. I guess that means that we'll be start getting actual previews in like. No, that still would be.
That the proper previews will start.
But they've been rushing through previews so much lately that I don't even know if we're gonna get the full 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Ugh, maybe the wording there is just awkward, or maybe they moved this up for some reason. All right, well, there's more. Look at this. We just got through all 5 of the colleges, and we're only halfway through the article. And this says Mystical Archive. I don't know what that is. Whatever area of study you should choose, You'll have access to our vast library of resources with spells and knowledge spanning all of magic. Oh. Some spells are... Is this going to be the masterpieces? Some spells are certainly too dangerous and powerful even for careful mages, but at Strixhaven, we value knowledge above all else, and thus have a library of historical spells. Historical spells. Oh no. This collection, housed in what we call our mystical archive, contains a litany of spells, from simple mind spells to powerful and deadly spells, most shudder to look toward. We house them in our biblioplex, and lucky us, Professor Onyx happened to be sifting through several tomes right here with students Rowan and Will.
Rowan and Will?
Rowan and Will?
Rowan and Will?
Glad you got our back there, Derek.
I can't tell if I love you all or if I hate you all.
I mean, honestly, I was a little surprised. I don't know about the guys that followed me, but okay, so now we know they're here, which I am really happy for because we haven't seen them since, you know, the end of Eldraine. And they kind of had an interesting moment there. I wonder if Garrick is going to be here as well.
He'll be the guest lecturer.
Well, he's not. Spoiler alert: he's not cursed anymore. So you know, maybe
He'll
nature
fit in
studies.
well with Witherbloom.
Lord. Okay, normally only students get a look, but we'll make an exception for today. All right. I'm going to scroll down, and something tells me I'm going to regret scrolling down.
Yeah.
Are you... I can't say that on this show. Are you freaking... What? All right, so these are masterpiece-style things, but it's Demonic Tutor, Opt, and Swords to Plowshares. What?
And what? So one is a mythic, one is an uncommon, and one is a rare. So.
But look, they're numbered. There are 63 of these.
Yep.
Since we have a significant portion of foreign language students, the Mystical Archive is available in all languages. But we have something additional and special for our Japanese students. To learn more and see more, visit here later today. All right, let's see if there's anything there yet. Okay, there's the Demonic Tutor, the Opt, and the Swords to Plowshares.
And there's one down below.
Oh my god.
That
It's a Demonic Tutor
that's great.
in, what is... I don't know what the name of this art style is. But that is, in fact,
Wicked
great.
Awesome.
Awesome? Wow. Oh, they get, like, Japanese art style cards. Here's Opt. And here is Swords to Plowshares. Oh, look, it's a samurai holding a hoe. Who you calling a hoe? And these feel like... All three of them feel like different kinds of traditional Japanese art. That's really cool. Man, Japan gets all the neat stuff.
There's
They do.
some English text on here too. So the Japanese alternate art versions of the Mystical Archive include all 63 different cards of the global version.
Oh my god.
Cool.
You'll receive one copy in each draft booster. Wait, is that in... Hand out a pamphlet with more information below. Okay, 63 of these in your first... Inclusion in the Mystical Archive does not affect their format legality. Okay. So they're not standard legal, but if you open one in a draft, okay. The Mystical Archive is open to all. You'll receive one copy in each draft booster and each set booster, and at least 3 in each collector booster. Okay, so it's more shiny crap to make you buy packs. Got it.
They're being pretty generous with it, though. I like that.
I mean, true, but that's still what it is. And I bet the rarities actually mean something on these cards. So I bet
Probably.
the Demonic Tutor will be way harder to get in that one slot than the Opt. But yeah, I've been. Oh look, there's a bot in our chat.
Where's my-
Banned. I've
Where's my
been
bot
hard on WotC about their, gotcha game methods for a while now. So this is just the next iteration of that. But at least if you want these, they're not impossible to get or only in collector boosters. So that's a plus. Look at that demonic tutor, like the English one.
Mm-hmm.
Good lord. Look at that. I'm gonna die.
Don't die, but
Here
it
does
is
it
pretty
well.
awesome. But
That
don't
is
die.
so pretty. Man. Okay. So that's... Oh, here's a map of the campus. Well, isn't that adorable? So I guess this is like the admin building. And then we've got Lorehold and... Oh, crap. Silverquill. Hang on. Quandrix? Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's right.
And nope, I already forgot the others. Witherbloom Prismari. There we go. I said I guess this is like the admin in the middle.
The quad.
Or the quad. Or like for the freshmen that haven't picked a college yet. They haven't worn the sorting helm. Okay, this is actually an adorable little map here. This is so cute. I'm gonna die again. Seriously, okay, for you people listening to this in audio, you have to go look this up. The link is in the show notes. Or just go to the Daily MTG website and you'll find it. This is adorable. Huh. Alright. Then we get... Everybody okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bizarre sound coming from behind one of you. I was just making sure no one was getting murdered.
Oh.
Somebody's getting rubbed.
There's some pots and pans being scrubbed in the background.
Oh, okay. So no one's getting murdered.
No.
No.
And the
Not-
dryer's
not
not
yet.
coming from inside the house.
No.
All right. So there's 5 commander decks, of course, one for each school. Naturally. Oh, it's Commander 2021. It's going to be Strixhaven. Okay. Each will focus on the colors and themes of its associated college, of course. 81 new cards, of course. Because that's what Commander as a format needs, is even more cards made specifically for Commander.
Yep.
And then we have packaging. Everything's very pretty. Yep.
I see Will and Rowan.
Where? Oh, hey, look at that. Right there. I just scrolled right past that. Hi, Will and Rowan.
I didn't notice that either until you pointed it
I
out.
wonder if this takes place in the past, when they were younger or something.
Well, the story of Throne of Eldraine concludes with them, their spark igniting and leaving. So technically,
Oh, okay.
what was that? The two-headed giant set that
Battle
we first saw.
Bond.
Battle Bond would have. There's not really a story for that, I don't think, but that would have taken place sometime afterward. So, but this is clearly after Eldraine, unless
Gotcha.
shenanigans.
So what else do you do but, go to school somewhere neat to learn about all your fantabulous powers?
It's true.
Original idea, do not steal.
And then
You're a wizard, Will.
The set booster art is neat. And the characters on the theme boosters are adorable. Oh my god, look at the Witherbloom bear. It's a bear. That bear's not a goth biomajor. That bear's adorable.
I'm kind of digging the Owl Aven dude.
Yeah, the Owl Aven on the Prismari theme boosters is neat. Huh, okay. Oh, and there's Will and Rowan again in a better picture. Hi. And then okay. So that's neat. I can't get over that demonic tutor art. All right. So while, like I said, it does feel a little Hogwartsy with the different schools based on your traits and goals, like it's magic. Magic has been doing that since way before Hogwarts,
Yeah.
of splitting things into multiple factions because of the nature of magic. So let's not dwell on that, but I like the way it feels like different cliques in college. Like that's cool. I'm still tripped out that they've got the researchers and the adventurers in the same in the same one, and seems to have made it work. So that's cool. All right. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. You said
Okay.
all right. So
Yeah.
All right then. Well, how about we wrap this here episodic thing that we do up? How's that sound?
Sounds like a
Sounds
plan.
good?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So how about some final thoughts then?
So, looks interesting. Maybe they'll do the really slow roll here and actually spread out the slow drip of previews instead of, 2 weeks of just more stuff than we could possibly ever count. I mean, I could certainly deal with that, I think. Yeah. Looks pretty interesting so far. Yeah, again, personal level, just doing okay here. Everybody's all right. No need to panic. Boring conversation anyway, sorry. Guess my thoughts are just kind of nebulous right now. It's what happens when I'm tired and I need to get up at, 5 in the morning, but otherwise I'm doing all right.
That's too
Yeah.
early.
It is.
So my final thought is I'm kind of interested in seeing where this set goes. I mean, it's like has been said, it is kind of reminiscent of college with the, I would technically fall into Witherbloom. Brian, based on his major, would have been in Silver Quill.
Yeah,
Mike would
probably.
have been in Quandrix, and Chewie
Is a dropout.
Well, you are kind of the leader in all this, so I would, I'd kind of put you in Silver Quill for that.
Silver Quill is more like an English major. I think Chewie would have fallen in.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. Quandrix probably would be where he would have ended up.
Yeah, well, it turns out that physics actually is math
Nothing but
magic.
math.
So,
My students are figuring that out a lot recently. Because it's, here's the concept. All right, let's do lots of math now to explain that concept.
like quantum especially, we would start with one equation and then do things to it over and over and over, and for 3 sheets of paper, and then end up at another equation that we already know, and then be able to draw conclusions between that thing we started with and this new thing, and that means they are mathematically related, and then your mind would just be blown. Wait. And Dr. McCormick would be going, mm-hmm. And we're like, no, wait. So, yeah. Anyway, keep going.
So, well, I mean, that was just sort of the thing is that in terms of college and all that, where it all kind of fell. I know. I would have been interested in have been in Lorehold and gone on some adventures and everything, but I think if I had done more with the time when I was a history major, I might have fallen more into Lorehold.
Oh yeah, you were, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Until Dad had that conversation of, so what exactly are you gonna do with this?
I'm gonna be
A good
Indiana
question.
Jones. Duh. What a dumb question.
Well, the it's one of those things where here's what I would like to do, and then reality goes, well, but I also want to do these things, and those two things are not mutually inclusive.
But and then he died right there on the
Yeah, just like that.
on stream.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I guess I need to find one that find a major that might actually take me somewhere, or actually might be able to open up more doors. Let's say that. So that's sort of my final thought is that I'm curious to see what all cards fall into the different schools and how that is. But I am curious to see how Witherbloom goes. Like I would like to do Quandrix, but I'll just have to kind of see how the different schools and cards and themes roll out. So that's my final thought.
Nice. And hey, before you two that usually leave. Hey, Perseverance hit Mars today
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
and is in one piece.
Oh, I think wasn't there like 7 minutes where they were going, okay, it should have done this by now. It should have done this. And then they got a signal back and they're like, whew, it landed. Thank goodness.
Oh, I have no idea. I was not watching live, and unfortunately,
Oh, there was like a little thing where they had some video of what was going on, and they had animations up of, all right, it should be doing this. It should be doing this. That's what it was. At least it was implying with the little snippets that I was catching of it.
gotcha.
And then they were applauding, which makes me think that they got a signal back, and they're like, oh, thank goodness it landed and is in one piece.
Yeah. So we have a new rover on Mars that, if I remember seeing somewhere, actually has a drone that can fly with it.
Yeah. Cool. If I'm not mistaken,
That's gonna be so badass. Sorry, we're all big nerds here, and I think everyone is to some level or another a space nerd, or you should be.
How does the drone work? Is it just really light with big propellers for the
it's
atmosphere?
really
or just
light.
like
It's got its standard
flappy
propellers
wings
and
or-
everything, but it's
Okay.
I think it's real light. And it's not going to go super high, but it'll go high enough that they can get some aerial data.
That's so cool. Also, other news today: the trailer for the new Mortal Kombat movie dropped.
I didn't know there was a new Mortal Kombat movie.
Dude, when we're done, you need to pull that up and watch it. It was awesome. It was the sweetest 2.5 minutes since the Godzilla vs. King Kong trailer. Like, damn. Okay, sorry. I just had to throw those two things out there. Oh, according to chat, it's really hard to design the drone to work in that thin atmosphere. The rotors go at over 2,000 RPMs. I have no frame of reference for that, how that compares to rotors on drones here, but that's a big number. So cool. Yay. Okay, back to final thoughts. Mike, I think that's you.
Oh, I didn't realize the previous person was done. Oh man, I was certain I had something earlier. I was absolutely sure of it. Oh well. Yeah, I think one of our before we saw Strixhaven stuff, we originally had an idea that maybe we would have done a story circle or something. And I was thinking about it beforehand. I was like, if people are expecting to hear me say any cards released during the last 2 years, they might be sorely disappointed because I just
Right.
don't have those things stuck in my head as well as I used to anymore. But hey, it'll still be fun to do that when we get around to it, just to stretch the old magic thinking muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Chad is telling us normal sized helicopters are 400 to 500 RPM.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, I was thinking
that is definitely
2000
impressive
seemed
then.
like a lot.
Damn. Excuse me.
Yeah, but mentioned earlier, every nerd's secretly a space nerd. I think that's something that I could have gotten into also if I didn't choose the path I did, astrophysics instead of mathematics, because that's something that I've been just fascinated in ever since I was a little kid. And I still love reading about that stuff now.
Well, yeah. Hey, Steve Toast. Thank you for that 17 months. Welcome back.
Nice.
Thank you much. Yeah, like when I was a kid, my great loves in this order were dinosaurs, and then space, and then like Greek mythology, like in that order. And I never lost any of those. That's just the order that I acquired them.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was I was dinosaurs, and I wanted to be a paleontologist for a very long time, and then I think somewhere in like high school ish, I realized that I really loved history, and so that's sort of why I was going down that route. If you're going to be a paleontologist, you're essentially a geologist who looks for living dead things. So you're like a biogeologist.
That's way cooler sounding than paleontologist. I'm just saying.
I know. Or a geobiologist.
I mean, either one works.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the difference between the Fallout and Borderlands. One is a RPG with FPS elements, and the other one's an FPS with RPG elements. So that's a geobiologist and a biogeologist. We put them in a cave with only a cage with only sharp knives. Who will come out alive? Anyway.
I think for me it was like airplanes and helicopters, and when I got a little older, space, and then when I was younger, just any types of animals. Dinosaurs were up there, but I think I was more interested in contemporary animals.
You're a weird kid.
Yeah.
Not because of that. I'm just saying in general.
Well, yes.
I assume you're a weird kid because I've met your brother.
Yeah. I grew up a weird kid. I've since matured into a weird dude, and someday, God willing, I'll settle into being a weird old man.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
So I told y'all Scott had a baby, right?
You did.
Yes.
Yeah. So whenever the world gets back to semi-normal and I'm allowed to do things, I'm going to steal a phrase from Penny Arcade. I'm going to endeavor to be the weirdest uncle. Yeah. But anyway. So I guess for me, a couple things. So I put. Okay, what's been going on the streaming thing? I have been streaming Shovel Knight King of Cards. There might only be one stream of that left. I'm not sure exactly. I've and that's been going up on YouTube as well. Actually, all of those are up. I think by the time this episode goes live, I think all of that stream's videos will be public. I think. I've been streaming Doom. So I'm doing a thing, as I've said before, in 2021 called a franchise run. I'm going to run through all the Doom games. Most of the Doom games. I still haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do Final Doom. Because that's essentially like a sort of kind of fan-made level pack. Sort of. So I might not do Final Doom. But I finished Ultimate Doom, which was the first 3 chapters of the original Doom game. And then one more chapter, which was added to Ultimate Doom. But after Doom 2 came out, and it was horribly unfair, I did that a few days ago. And that made me want to murder everyone. It was awful. It was so hard because it was just brutal.
Ultimate?
Yeah, the final chapter in Ultimate Doom was such a bastard. Like, the final boss of the first chapter was a pair of, I think they're called Barons of Hell.
Uh-huh.
And those were just regular enemies. In The Flesh Consumed, which is the name of the last chapter. Yes, Wolfie. And it... like, there were so many times that I'm like, all right, I survived. And then, like, a door would open and 2 of those guys would walk out. And I'm like, come on, I've got 3 bullets. Like, it was awful. But I got through it with horrible save scumming, and it was amazing. But more to the point of what I was getting at, for each chapter, instead of doing a Let's Play, like a full Let's Play thing of Doom, which would be really boring, because Doom is very, samey. Oh no! Monsters! Shoot monsters. Okay, where's the key so I can open this damn door? I instead made a highlight reel of all of the stuff that I thought was funny from, what's the first chapter? Knee Deep in the Dead. And that went up on YouTube yesterday. And I am super proud of it. And I want everybody to watch it because it's not a thing that I usually make, because it's very fast paced and it's got lots of like goofy memey stuff in it. Like anytime you can work DJ Khaled going another one into a video, you probably should. So yay, that, like I said, I'm super proud of that and I want everyone to watch it. And let me know what you think, because I'm going to do that for every chapter of Ultimate Doom at the very least. I'm about a quarter of the way through the Shores of Hell. And the initial edit takes forever because I've got 2.5 hours of me playing that I have to, cut out all the me wandering around and the normal everyday thing and just hit the highlights. So that's going to take a while. And then I have to go back through, clean everything up, add all the funny bits, all the edits and things. So, but yeah, please go check that out on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/themanapool. It's called Doom Funny Moments Knee Deep in the Dead. Cause, like I said, I put hours and hours and hours of work into it, and I'm very proud of it. And a big thanks to Ben. I asked the lifeguards and a few other people to watch it, and I only got any actual like constructive feedback other than, hey, that was pretty good, which I appreciate. But I only got any like usable feedback from Ben, who was like, "Hey, this one section, it's really kind of boring." And I went, "What?" And I watched through it, and I went, "Oh, he's right. That is boring as hell." So I fixed it. So thanks, buddy. But anyway, so that's that. And of course, I occasionally stream Hades too, because Hades is an amazing game, and I love it. So yeah, next up is Doom 2. And then I still don't know if I'm going to do Final Doom, because that's even more, standard old school Doom looking thing. But I will do Doom 64, which it turns out is not just a port of the original Doom on the Nintendo 64. It's a separate game, which for years and years, I didn't know that. But it's on Steam for like $5. So cool. I bought it, because why wouldn't you? And so that'll be, and then I'll do Doom 3, and then I'll do the 2016 Doom, and then I'll do Doom Eternal, and then I'll be done. And the goal is to get all of that done this year. And then start the next franchise run, which I'm thinking Halo. Because I have the Halo, what's it called? The whatever on Steam. So I might do that next. Maybe. But anyway. But that's for the future. Yay. So, yeah, if you want to help support what I do with all of the Master Chief Collection, thank you, that's what it's called. If you want to help support what I do with all of this nonsense, the streaming and the YouTube videos and the podcast and all that, you can go to patreon.com/themanapool to sign up to be a lifeguard, and you can get access to these videos early. You could also be one of those people who, when I go, "Hey, I did something different, what do you think?" You could be one of the people who sees it early to help give a brother feedback, because when I'm doing something new and different, I'm going to need some feedback to let me know. Like Ben said, "Hey, this one part, nothing happens." I'm like, yes, it does. There's an invisible pillar that's some sort of glitch, and then there's 4 invisible things that attack me. You're right, nothing happens here. Let me spruce this up some. So, yeah. Also, I really want to get back to that super secret project that I talked about before, during last year, before the world ended, or after the world ended, that it involves The Legend of Zelda, and a format and everything that is completely foreign to the way I usually do things. So once I get that done, I am going to need people to watch it and be like, "What? No, this is stupid." Or, "Hey, you know this part right here? You need to change something." I'll be like, "Right." So you'll be like the early access squad. In addition to just getting everything early, you'll actually get it way early so I can fix the problems. So you'll be like Steam early access for my YouTube videos. See? So everybody wins. And you could be like, "Chewy, you're an idiot. What were you thinking?" I'll be like, "I don't know what I was thinking. I'd been working on it for 14 hours at that point. I didn't care anymore." So yay! But that means I need to go thank our mythic lifeguards, who I just opened it. Where did it go? Here we go, in no particular order. ALK Alters, Connor Kennedy, Mr. Dr. Lewis, Jason Doan, Gothic Man, Jeff Spencer, scroll, Casey, Cody Buckawing, Aleph Cat, Andrew Hunt, Jason Kaus, The Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine, PJ McMullen, Team Hillis Haru, Beardy Man, Jake Jansons, John Parker, Scuzzo, Kim Ho, and Al. And thank you and all of our lifeguards at every tier for allowing me to keep doing this and pay the rent, which I appreciate, because otherwise I'd have to go live on Mike's couch. And now that Mike is married, that wouldn't go over so well.
No.
Probably not.
Also, this couch is really wore out.
I could bring my own love seat. I could supply my own couch. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Good.
BYOC?
BYOLS. Because it's not a couch, it's a love seat. But anyway. So, with that, we are finally going to shut up. So this has been the Mana Pool number, I forgot already, 613. Thank you all so very much for joining us. Let us know what you think of Strixhaven and the BNR update and all that good stuff. And go join a college. Wait, no. student debt is a bitch. Go, you know what? Editing Chewy, don't make something up. Just kill the episode right here. Just insert the end music. There you go. Thank you. So I hope you all take it easy and enjoy life and be good to each other and all that good stuff. Bye-bye.